And the goofballs that say they're LeBron, no, you're not a LeBron James fan. Hey, all the people on this chat, if anybody bring up the other players, they not a LeBron James fan. So we cutting them out. We the real LeBron James fans.
Facts. Facts.
We the
Hey.
real, hey, everybody on here, we the real LeBron James fan.
Yep.
That goofball on the
Yep.
other channel, excuse my French, he's a D head. I ain't gonna say the word. He a D head. He's not a LeBron James fan. He just trying to get likes. If
I
I
love
was
it.
y'all,
I love
I would not follow him because he a goofball.
Please don't tell me that was you saying the 96 Sonics. This is what you got to realize, Judah. It's very easy to out-debate locker room. It's not very challenging whatsoever. The fact that you let locker room outwit you and out-debate you, it says a lot. We're not talking about a very high-level basketball mind, and you got outwitted by the locker room.
You like to make my soundbite part of the show. I never seen nothing like this, where somebody that's a different blogger on a different stream takes your soundbite and DJs your shit. Like he's like a fucking DJ.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got to get into it, folks. We got to get into it, man. You guys see the title of the show, folks. You guys see the title of the show, man. We got to talk about this goofball, Emmanuel Acho, folks, okay? Now, I was on Twitter last night, folks, and shout out to everybody that's tuned in. I was on Twitter, right? And I see this clip from this goofball, okay? Now, if you guys don't know, this dude is a legitimate fraud. He might be the biggest fraud in sports media, okay? Now, why do I say this? So, you guys remember the show Undisputed, folks, with Shannon Sharp and, Joy Taylor. Oh, excuse me. Wrong graphic.
You're a freaking frog.
My bad, chat. That was the wrong graphic. This is the graphic, right? You guys remember when Shannon Sharp, took Joy Taylor out for a Dodger dog? Folks, okay, you guys remember the show Undisputed, legendary show back in the day, right? They ended up, obviously breaking up, Skip and Shannon. They got into some, nonsensical debate over Tom Brady, and that pretty much was the end of their show. Skip then tried to do what he does best, and that's, leech off the backs of blacks. So he tried to find more black men that he could leech off of. He brought in Paul Pierce. He brought in Keyshawn Johnson, ladies and gentlemen, and the show was just never the same, right? The show was an abject failure once Shannon Sharp departed. And basically, folks, they ended up, just canceling the show, right? I told you guys, Skip Bayless is nothing without black men, all right? So they canceled the show, Undisputed. They then replaced the show, folks, with some trash show, right? I think it was called Speak or something like that. No, excuse me. It was called The Facility. You guys remember that bullshit that they tried to, start? I think that's what it was called, right, folks? It was called The Facility, right? What kind of fucking name is that for a fucking sports show? The Facility. That shit sounds stupid as hell, right? So obviously, the show was spearheaded by this bozo, Emmanuel Acho. The dude is a total goofy, all right? He's a total goofy. He's the goofiest goofer on GoofyTube, okay? I'm going to say that again, folks. He's the goofiest goofer on GoofyTube. He is a goofball. So he starts his new show, The Facility, right? And he's also doing another show with Joy Taylor and, LaShawn McCoy. And they had another show called Speak. Now, obviously, Joy Taylor pretty much, got that show canceled after it was reported, folks. This is all allegedly that she was banging everybody at Fox, okay? This is how she got the gig. She was banging the entire company, all right? She was basically the company pass around. People were even saying that she gave some pussy to Acho, Emmanuel Acho. That's what people were saying. I don't know if this is true or not. That's just what the rumor was, all right? she's a total slut. She's a total slut, total whore, allegedly. Okay. So she basically brought the whole FS1 down, folks. All right. So they canceled Speak. They canceled the facility. So what ended up happening once this bozo got fired, Emmanuel Acho, what ended up happening, folks, is they gave this bozo the Undisputed YouTube channel. Okay. Now, as you guys know, Undisputed was a very massive show. It was one of the best sports shows out there. Okay. So they amassed a large following on YouTube. I believe their channel had about 2 million plus subscribers. So once this bozo got fired, right, I guess as a parting gift, they gifted him Undisputed's YouTube channel. And then he used that channel, right, to create some new bullshit show that he's doing now. And they're calling this bullshit Speakeasy. Okay. So once again, the dude is a total bozo. He got fired from every show he ever tried to start on FS1, right? And now he's doing a new show on Skip and Shannon's old channel, all right? So he's a fraud in every sense of the word, this dude Emmanuel Acho. He's the biggest fraud in sports media right now. It's not even a joke. He is, without a doubt, the biggest fraud in sports media because when he's on mainstream TV, nobody watches him, right? Now, I'm subscribed to this bullshit channel that he created, that he rebranded, actually. I'm subscribed to it because I was subscribed to Undisputed. So every now and then, you know, I'll click on one of his videos just to see what they're talking about. But at the end of the day, you know, I know this is not his channel. This is Undisputed's channel. And, you know, they basically gifted him the channel because he got fired. Okay. So it is what it is, folks. I just want to give you guys a little bit of context on this goofball. Once again, he's the goofiest goofer on GoofyTube. Let me say that one more time. This dude right now, Emmanuel Acho, is the goofiest goofer on GoofyTube. Okay? He is. And by the way, folks, when he got fired, I went on Twitter. Let me see if I can find the tweet. Yeah, when he got fired, folks, I went on Twitter and I basically was like, thank God, because the dude was trash at his job. So what he ended up doing, folks, is he ended up blocking me on Twitter. So yeah, if I try to go to his, let's see. If I try, what's his name? Emmanuel Acho. Yeah, so as you guys can see, when he got fired, I basically told him to rest in piss because he was trash at his job. And yeah, folks, he ended up blocking me. Okay, so he has me blocked, right? I guess he, you know, got offended that I told him he was garbage at his job. So he ended up blocking me on Twitter. But that's neither here nor there. I want to get into this trash ass take though that he had, folks, on Puka. Now, as you guys know, folks, Puka right now is in the midst of an MVP campaign. Okay. Now, do I believe he's going to win the MVP? Fuck no. He's not actually going to win the MVP. You know, he's not even really, you know, top 2. He's really in the 3rd spot. To me right now, I have SGA number 1. I have Wemby number 2. And then I guess you could put Puka in number 3. It's between him or the Joker, or whatever you want to say. I don't know. But to me, he's not going to win the MVP. All right. It's kind of over with at this point. But like I said, folks, he's playing well right now. But yeah, I get up on Twitter, what was it, last night? And I saw this goofy ass take from this goofer. That's what I'm going to call him, a goofer. Yeah, let's listen to this goofy ass take from this goofer, Emmanuel Acho. Here we go, folks.
We already knew the Thunder was going to be the 1 seed in the West this year. It's a given.
We already knew that.
It's a known
but
fact.
how? We got to play the game.
They won a chip last year, and they was returning everybody of prominence, including the Carusos, including the Wallaces, including the Isaiah Joes, plus the starting lineup. We knew what the Thunder was going to do this year. They didn't lose anybody of significance, right? J-Dub obviously has been hurt, especially down the stretch. But what we didn't know was how good the Lakers was going to be. What we didn't know was what Marcus Smart was going to do entering in the starting lineup. What we didn't know was if Luka Doncic could turn DeAndre Ayton into what many foresee as a bust into a formidable big. What we didn't know is how players were going to be when Rui's now going from the starting lineup to coming off of the bench. What we didn't know is how the West was going to be able to favor the Los Angeles Lakers, given that Kevin Durant is now in the West, joining a Houston Rockets team was already the 2 seed last year. That's what we didn't know. So given the fact that Luka Doncic has helped keep the Lakers as a number 3 seed and kept the Lakers winning games like the game winner versus the Denver Nuggets, then the Nuggets were vying for the 3 seed. You beat the Rockets back-to-back while the Rockets are vying for the 3 seed. To me, that is more significant and more substantial than the Thunder maintaining status quo. The Thunder are good last year. They're good this year. We knew they were going to be good this year. We did not know just how good the Lakers were going to be this year. And why are the Lakers winning the games they're winning? Because of Luka Doncic. Y'all saw what Austin Reeves did versus the Rockets. Nothing.
Yeah.
15 points, I believe. 14 points. Nothing.
Right.
Y'all saw what LeBron James did versus the Magic. Nothing. Now, shout out to LeBron James versus the Heat. Shout out to him versus the Rockets in the last game. But versus the Magic, nothing. Yeah. Meanwhile, Luka Doncic getting crazy busy game after game after game. I'm so crazy, I'm like, eventually Luka finna struggle. Eventually, Luka's not going to have another 40-point performance. Yet time after time, he continues to trade. So for me, that's why it's got to be Luka.
Okay, so I wanted to kind of just let the clip just kind of, play before I kind of, gave my commentary on it. So once again, folks, like I said, he is the goofiest goofer on GoofyTube, okay? Now, I can't stand this dude, all right? I don't know if it's his weird-ass glasses, if it's his face, if it's his mouth, the way he talked, like, it's just something about him I just can't stand. I can't quite put my finger on it. It might be a combination of all the things that I just mentioned. I just can't stand this nigga, right? So, one of my problems with this goofer is that he tries to talk really fast to make himself sound like he's smart and that he's actually saying something. I don't know what kind of strategy this is, folks, like to just, mouth off 1,000 words per second and maybe you'll fool some people into thinking that you're educated or that you're smart. I mean, I don't know. Is that his strategy to just, run his shitter all day, flap his dick suckers at 1,000,000 miles per second? Is that his strategy? The dude is a total goofy. And this is why, sidebar, this is why all of his shows flop. This is why, who wants to listen to a goofer? He's the goofiest goofer on GoofyTube. So I'm gonna play this clip again, right? It's about a minute long. I want you guys to listen to this bullshit, right? He's not saying anything of any significance. Actually, what he's saying is completely stupid and illogical, and I'm going to explain to you guys why after this clip. So I'm going to play it for you guys one more time. Just listen to this goofer.
We already knew the Thunder was going to be the 1 seed in the West this year. It was a given.
We already knew that.
It's a known
but
fact.
But how? We got to play the game.
They won a chip last year, and they was returning everybody of prominence, including the Carusos, including the Wallaces, including the Isaiah Joes, plus the starting lineup. We knew what the Thunder was going to do this year. They didn't lose anybody of significance, right? J-Dub obviously has been hurt, especially down the stretch. But what we didn't know was how good the Lakers was going to be. What we didn't know was what Marcus Smart was going to do entering in the starting lineup. What we didn't know was if Luka Doncic could turn DeAndre Ayton into what many foresee as a bust into a formidable big. What we didn't know is how players were going to be when Rui's now going from the starting lineup to coming off of the bench. What we didn't know is how the West was going to be able to favor the Los Angeles Lakers, given that Kevin Durant is now in the West, joining a Houston Rockets team was already the 2 seed last year. That's what we didn't know. So given the fact that Luka Doncic has helped keep the Lakers as a number 3 seed and kept the Lakers winning games like the game winner versus the Denver Nuggets, then the Nuggets were vying for the 3 seed. You beat the Rockets back-to-back while the Rockets are vying for the 3 seed. To me, that is more significant and more substantial than the Thunder maintaining status quo. The Thunder are good last year. They're good this year. We knew they were going to be good this year. We did not know just how good the Lakers were going to be this year. And why are the Lakers winning the games they're winning? Because of Luka Doncic. Y'all saw what Austin Reeves did versus the Rockets. Nothing.
Yeah.
15 points, I believe. 14 points. Nothing.
Right.
Y'all saw what LeBron James did versus the Magic. Nothing. Now, shout out to LeBron James versus the Heat. Shout out to him versus Rockets in the last game. But versus the Magic, nothing. Yeah. Meanwhile, Luka Doncic getting crazy busy game after game after game. I'm so crazy, I'm like, eventually Luka finna struggle. Eventually, Luka's not going to have another 40-point performance. Yet time after time, he continues to trade. So for me, that's why it's got to be Luka.
Okay. So we've listened to this goofer twice now in a row, folks. Okay. Now, once again, you guys just heard the audio. He's up here talking about what we didn't know was how good Luka Doncic was going to be this year. What we didn't know was how Kevin Durant was going to perform versus the Lakers. What we didn't know is that... This nigga is a legitimate clown, man. He's a legitimate clown, folks. He's a performative clown. Okay? Now, let me address his point, right? His main point is that we knew the Thunder were going to be the 1 seed this year. That's what he says. Okay? Okay, whatever. He then says the reason Luka should win the MVP is because we didn't know what the Lakers were going to be this year. Now, ladies and gentlemen, real quick, do any of you guys know what seed the Lakers finished last year? Does anybody know? Can anybody just type it in the chat, folks, real quick? Does anybody know what seed the Lakers finished last year? Can anybody help me out, folks? Real quick, does anybody remember where we finished last year? Hello? Chat, is my mic on? Can you guys hear me? Does anybody know where the Lakers finished last year? Does anybody remember what seed the Lakers were last year? Hello? Thank you, Malik. Thank you. Thank you. The Lakers were the 3rd seed last year. Right? Chat, I have the standings pulled up on the screen right now. What seed are the Lakers right now? What seed are the Lakers going to be locked into, more than likely, at the conclusion of this season? They're more than likely going to be the 3rd seed, chat. So his whole fucking argument makes 0 sense. He's saying, well, the reason SGA doesn't deserve the MVP is because the Thunder were the 1 seed last year and all they're doing is maintaining status quo. But the Lakers were the 3 seed last year, and they're the 3 seed this year. So, what the fuck is this goofer even chatting about? This is my problem, chat, with these NFL niggas, man. And I've noticed this about Shannon Sharp, too. This is the reason I stopped listening to Shannon Sharp's basketball takes, too. You want to know what I've noticed about these NFL niggas? Chat, they don't know what the fuck they be talking about when they start talking basketball. You niggas can barely break down football. And now you want to come over to the NBA side and you think you can start breaking down the NBA. Emmanuel Acho, shut the fuck up, nigga. We barely want to hear your shitty football takes. Let me play this. Let me play it for you guys one more time so you can hear this goofer. And you ask yourself, does this make any fucking sense, chat? Once again, the goofiest goofer on GoofyTube.
We already knew the Thunder was going to be the 1 seed in the West this year. It's a given.
We already knew that.
It's a known
but
fact.
how? We got to play the game.
They won a chip last year, and they was returning everybody of prominence, including the Carusos, including the Wallaces, including the Isaiah Joes, plus the starting lineup. We knew what the Thunder was going to do this year. They didn't lose anybody of significance, right? J-Dub obviously has been hurt, especially down the stretch. But what we didn't know was how good the Lakers was going to be. What we didn't know was what Marcus Smart was going to do entering in the starting lineup. What we didn't know was if Luka Doncic could turn DeAndre Ayton into what many foresee as a bust into a formidable big. What we didn't know is how players were going to be when Rui's now going from the starting lineup to coming off of the bench. What we didn't know is how the West was going to be able to favor the Los Angeles Lakers, given that Kevin Durant is now in the West, joining a Houston Rockets team was already the 2 seed last year. That's what we didn't know. So given the fact that Luka Doncic has helped keep the Lakers as a number 3 seed and kept the Lakers winning games like the game winner versus the Denver Nuggets, then the Nuggets were vying for the 3 seed. You beat the Rockets back-to-back while the Rockets are vying for the 3 seed. To me, that is more significant and more substantial than the Thunder maintaining status quo. The Thunder are good last year. They're good this year. We knew they were going to be good this year. We did not know just how good the Lakers were going to be this year. And why are the Lakers winning the games they're winning? Because of Luka Doncic. Y'all saw what Austin Reeves did versus the Rockets. Nothing.
Yeah.
15 points, I believe. 14 points. Nothing.
Right.
Y'all saw what LeBron James did versus the Magic. Nothing. Now, shout out to LeBron James versus the Heat. Shout out to him versus the Rockets in the last game. But versus the Magic, nothing. Yeah. Meanwhile, Luka Doncic getting crazy busy game after game after game. I'm so crazy, I'm like, eventually Luka finna struggle. Eventually, Luka is not going to have another 40-point performance. Yet time after time, he continues to trade. So for me, that's why it's got to be Luka.
Folks, once again, man. Once again. Now you guys see why this dude can't keep a show. Now you guys see why the dude can't keep a show. Straight up dog shit takes, man. Your take on Luka makes no fucking sense. So even though SGA's been more consistent than Luka throughout the duration of the entire season, Luka should win the MVP because the Lakers are the 3rd seed, even though they were the 3rd seed last year. But SGA should not win the MVP because he was the 1 seed last year, and this year they're the 1 seed. But isn't the 1 seed higher than the 3rd seed? So Luka's team is 10 games back of SGA's team. But Luka should win the MVP. So because Luka had a good stretch of games over the last 8-9 games, he should be the MVP over SGA, who's been consistent for the entire season. Really? Exactly, Mr. Pete. Niggas just be talking to hear themselves talk, man. Exactly, man. Like, niggas just be chatting, dude. I'm telling y'all, this is why all his shows get canceled, dog. He's just not good at this. And this is the problem, man. Like, we get it, right? You niggas, didn't make a lot of money, playing football. Right? We understand it. So now you think, oh, I'm going to get in the media and I'm going to make money in the media. Dude, this shit ain't for everybody, man. That's the problem with sports media. Every nigga thinks because they played in the sport that they're going to be good at media. This is a completely different lane. This is not sports, dude. Like, this is completely different. Just because you were good at football doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be good in media. Now, are there certain guys that have, carved out a lane for themselves? Sure. But a lot of y'all need to put the fucking fries in the bag, man, and cut this shit the fuck out. And Emmanuel Acho, you're one of them, dude. You need to put the fries in the bag, gang. You are not good at this. And somebody need to tell you some real shit. I be telling these niggas, bro. I try to tell Lamont. He's another nigga. A lot of y'all just need to stop. I tried to tell BJ from the Pull Up Pod Trash. Same thing. Big Tone. Same thing. Breezy. Same thing. Bro, put the fries in the bag. Fuck, man. It's okay. We get it, man. You wanted to do it. You wanted to try it out. You thought you were going to get rich doing. Bro, it's not for everybody. It's just not. Emmanuel Acho, he's one of those people, man. Somebody need to tell you some real nigga shit, bro. You need to go do real estate or something, bro. Honestly, go get into real estate. Go start another business, bro. But you in sports media, bro, no, bro. I don't see it for you, gang. I just don't. Every show you go on gets fucking canceled. You had to steal Undisputed's YouTube channel just so you can get some fucking views. Bro, you're trash. It's okay. You were trash at football and you're trash at fucking sports media. Just give it the fuck up. And go put the fries in the bag, man. Niggas need their fries too, nigga. The fuck? Niggas need their fries too. I don't know why y'all are just so against putting fries in the bag. Y'all need to pick a different business venture, bro. Seriously. We get it. You think sports media is going to be an easy way for you to get some money, and even though I failed in the NFL, I'm gonna make millions in sport, man. Go sit the fuck down somewhere, nigga. Straight up. Respectfully. I can't stand this nigga, man. I can't stand this nigga. I don't know what it is about this nigga. I just can't stand this nigga, dog. If there's anybody in sports media I hate, it's this nigga, bro. I hate this nigga. I fucking hate this nigga, bro. I hate this man, bro. I've never met him and I hate him. He is the goofiest goofer on GoofyTube, man. Just a fucking cornball, man. Just a fucking cornball. Everybody thinks I'm going to get into sports media and I'm going to kill it and I'm going to do this and that. Bro, you literally stole Undisputed's YouTube channel just so you could get some fucking views, gang. You got fired from the facility and you got kicked off of Speak. It's over. You're still going? You're still trying? Chad, he's still trying after he done been fired from Fox on multiple shows. He's still going. When are you gonna just quit? We're tired of these trash takes, man. Fuck. Niggas just don't want to quit, man. Just quit already, man. I'm tired of seeing this nigga. I seen this nigga last night on my feed. I'm like, bro, stop showing me this goofy ass nigga, man. This nigga's a goofball. Luka's not winning the MVP. There's no way you watch basketball and think Luka is the MVP of this league. There's no way. Y'all you football niggas can barely talk football. You played football. You're supposed to be the expert on football, and we barely want to hear your football takes. We barely want to hear your football takes. Now you trying to talk basketball? Come on, man. Come on, chat. There's nobody that watches the NBA that is seriously gonna tell me Luka is the MVP. He's not winning the MVP, bro. We're in the end of March. We have 1 week left in March, gang. The season's over. You can't try to come in the fourth quarter and try to win the MVP. It's already been locked up. Now, granted, is he having a decent stretch? Sure, it's decent. But I think realistically, when we start getting into the numbers really aren't even all that impressive. You guys remember the other night, folks, when we played the Rockets, right? And LeBron has 30 on like 14 shots. He shot like 90% from the field that night, 93% from the field. That one performance was more impressive than any game Luka has had during this stretch. You want to know why? Because Bron didn't need to take 30 shots to get 30 points. Bron took 14 shots and scored 30 points. Luka needs 30 shots to get 30 points. So once again, this is how casuals, ladies and gentlemen, this is how they discuss the sport. All they do is they look at the final numbers. Oh, Luka averaged 35 and 9 and 6. He's the MVP. Until you start actually looking at the numbers. And then you realize, wait a second, bro, these numbers ain't even all that impressive, game. You gotta shoot the ball 30 times just to get to 30. Come on, man. Not to mention, you're 10 games back of SGA. Now, if it was closer, maybe if you were a game or two back, 3 games back, okay. Maybe I'd entertain it a little bit more. Bro, you're 10 games back of SGA. And then the first time you played SGA, the Lakers got their asses beat. Hello? Luka got his ass beat. Did y'all forget? Hold on. When did we play the Thunder the first time, folks? What was that? Back in October or November? Let me see. Let me go to the game. Oh shit, the game is on. All right, chat, I'm out. I'm going to just say this last point and I'm finna watch this game. The first time, chat, we played the Thunder. Luka had 19 points, folks, on 7 of 20 from the field, folks. This is the first time we played the Thunder, chat. They beat us by 30, 29 points. Luka went 7 for 20, 1 for 7 from 3 with 19 points. SGA had 30. I'm out, man. I'm out. I'll see y'all after the game.